jokes, all the employees who work here, including our volunteers. We'd like to welcome each and every one of you here to Oklahoma National Cemetery. It's truly an honor. During the course of the services, there will be live rifle fire. You'll be provided warning beforehand by the VSO's chaplain. If you think it may be too loud, in fact, it is loud, please cover your ears. In addition, we still are observing social distancing, and we ask that everybody remain 6 feet apart, unless you live in the same house. It's okay to be together. And last, masks are required unless we have a medical condition that says otherwise. Air Force, post! Rifle, and cut.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Scott Eliason with Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 6785 here in Kent. Our volunteer bugler is Jack Dayton with American Legion Post 15 here in Kent. The Air Force is up from McCord, and we have my rifles scattered all over the place up here. When the gentleman said that the rifles are very loud, that's an understatement.
Okay.
When you hear ready, they're about to say aim and shoot, have your ears already plugged up.
Okay.
And that will happen when the flag snaps open. So keep an eye on that as well. That's your warning. The other thing is, and I already mentioned this to a couple of people, if you have a cell phone, please put it on silent if it's not already. Much more dignified if we don't have them going off during the service. But they take photographs and videos, and it's the only chance you'll get to record this event. Please feel free to get up, move around, get the best angles that you need. Thank you. We are assembled here today to pay a lasting tribute of respect to Tech Sergeant Stanley Gilliatt. When the call of our country was heard, Stanley answered. Self was forgotten in the cause of the greater good. As a brave man, he marched away with unabiding faith in his God, his country, and his flag. The red of our country's flag was made redder still by his bravery, the white more stainlessly pure by the motives which impelled him, and in the star-spangled field, the blue has been glorified by the service he has given for American ideals. One by one, as the years roll on, we are called upon to fulfill these sad duties of respect for our departed comrades and their families and friends. The present, full of the cares that beset all nations, whether at peace or engaged in war, fades away as we look back on the day this airman left his home to defend his country. Instilled with a spirited devotion to his principles and inspired by patriotism, he gladly went forth to join with comrades both young and old to preserve our national heritage of freedom. We trust that their example will serve as a beacon to the youth of our country who have recently been called to uphold the honor of our flag. One day we too shall have finished our struggle and will be laid to rest, our souls following the long column of those who have answered the call of the bugle to join the muster at the final roll call. Let us so live that when the keeper of the eternal record shall have called our names for the last time, those we leave behind may say of us as we now say of Stanley Gilliatt, here lies the mortal remains of a true-hearted and devoted comrade in arms and a selfless supporter of his country and his flag, and who is going to join Carolyn a little later this day. Air Force, post.
Andy, I'm taking a video.
Remember, the flag will snap open and the rifle
Right,
will fire.
and up. Force, arm. Left, right, hey. Ready, aim. Ready, aim. Ready, aim. Left, hey. Three, then, arm. Order, arm.
While the flag is being folded,
Ready, rep.
I'd like to share a poem with you. It was written by John McGee, who was born of an American father and an English mother, and at the beginning of the Second World War joined the Royal Canadian Air Force. He trained as a pilot and went overseas. He died in 1941 in a training accident. Just shortly before that, he wrote this poem and sent it to his parents, called High Flight. Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter's silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you've not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long delirious burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace where never lark nor ever eagle flew. And while with silent lifting mind I've trod the high untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God. This flag is the honored, most visible symbol of our country. This veteran has earned the honor of having it presented to his loved ones in his memory.
accept this flag as a symbol of our appreciation for your loved ones' honorable, faithful service.
Inside the pouch are 3 expended rounds of ammunition in memory of the 3 volleys of rifle fire. And inside the envelope is information that tells you where the remains will be placed. He's joining Carolyn, of course, at the casket site, so you probably already know where that is. But there's a map and telephone numbers and probably more information than you need, because it is the government. That's what they need. Thank you very much for allowing us to be here for your service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
On behalf of the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Grateful Nation, will you please accept this Presidential Memorial Certificate in honor of standing service to our country. Sorry for your loss.
A brief benediction. Dear Lord, our gratitude for your generosity grows with each passing day. We acknowledge this day's special significance. We have honored this veteran who now rests in your eternal embrace. We especially seek your consolation for those here present. May your grace be with them and with us, now and forever. Amen.
Amen.
Air Force, post.
Rifle, and cut. Reset, on.
No shooting.
Order, on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the military honor service for Stanley Gilliatt.
Rifle's into my car, which
May he rest in peace. And I want to leave you with this thought. Tahoma National Cemetery is not a sad place. It's a place where we honor the brave men and women who have served our country. It's a beautiful place, as you probably noticed as you drove in. Some of you have been here before, I'm sure. Once the gravesite is completely back in shape and the monument's complete, I invite you to come back out. Bring the young people, bring the old folks, bring the ones in the middle. Share stories. I'm sure there's a lot of them. It's how we keep the memory of our loved ones alive. And thank you very much. Be careful driving home on this beautiful Northwest day.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, guys.
You're
you very
entirely
much.
welcome.
God bless you.
And don't forget your memorabilia on those fine walls.
Have you seen that picture of Dad, of Grandpa?
Yeah.